Cost sheet topic, question 11, very important. Reba Private Limited has a normal production capacity of, underline, 36,000 units of toys per annum. The estimated cost of production details are given to you. Direct material, direct labor, that has a condition. You have to pay 30 rupee per unit, but you should pay a minimum of 48,000 per month. Take an example, use Calci. In January, we produce 1000 units. Okay. If you go by 30 per unit, it will be 1000 units into 30 rupee. That comes to 30,000. Now read what is there in the bracket. Subject to a minimum of 48,000 per month. That means you still have to pay 48,000 to the employee. That is the meaning of minimum wage condition. Correct? Take one more example. February, we produce 2000 units. To in Calci, 2000 into 30. You should be paying 60,000. Now you won't pay 48,000, you have to pay 60,000. Condition is it can't be lower than 48,000. Right? Think, why should any company do this? Suppose there is no demand in the market and there is no production, then you can't tell the employee 0 into 30. He says, I'm coming to factory every day. There is no work. What can I do? Then also you have to pay me minimum 48,000. So even if in a month you produce only one unit, you can't say 1 into 30 is the cost. You have to still consider 48,000 as the cost. In labor chapter, you will study in detail. This is called guaranteed minimum wage. Even if the production is 0, you will still get 8,000 per month. If you earn more than that, say 2,000 into 30, then you will get 60,000 only, not 48,000. So in a way, tell me, is employee safe in this condition? Anything happens, he knows he'll get 48,000. He can earn only more than 48, but he can't go less than 40. Clear? Next, factory overheads. Fixed portion, 3,60,000. Variable portion, 10 per unit. This you will multiply by number of units. Semi-variable, 108,000 per annum up to 50% capacity, and additional 46,800 per annum for every, underline this, 20% increase in capacity or any part thereof. Very important. I'll go very slow. Try and answer. If company works at 40% capacity, read that sentence to tell me how much will be our cost. Should we still count 108,000? Because it says up to 50%. That means below 50% also is the number 108. Answer. If company works at exact 50% capacity, what is the number? 108,000. And continue reading that. It says 46,800 per annum for every 20% increase in capacity, which means if we work at 70% capacity, then my cost will be 108,000 plus 46,000. Clear to you? I have another question to you. What if we work at 90% capacity? What to do? This I have to take. This I have to do. One more 46,800 I have to add. Okay. What if I am at 55%? Think and tell me. No urgency, please. Should I do 108 plus something? Read sentence full and then answer. Or are you thinking, sir, 46,800 is for 20%? How much is for 5%? You understood what I did? For 20%, 46,800 extra, but we are only 5% above 50. Should I do this cross multiplication and get the answer? Is this a correct way of doing? This is a wrong way of doing. Then are you saying I should not take anything? Even that answer is wrong. Should take full 46,800. Why? Read, they said 20% increase or any part thereof. That means even if it is 1% above 50%, you have to count full 46,800. That is the meaning of this part thereof. Now, I have a question. If this is 71%, answer 108,310 plus 46,800. One more should I add? Why so? This is up to 50. This is 50 to 70. This is 70 plus anything more than 70. I have to add this. That means if it is 91%, then you will end up doing one more 46,800. Because 50 plus 20, 70 plus 20. Correct? If you remember initial class, this is more like step ladder cost. For one range, it is 46,800 extra. If 71 becomes 72 or 73, I won't change my answer. Up to 90, it is the same answer. Moment it is 91, I have to add 46,800 more. Important part is many students don't read this part thereof. Correct? So even if it is 51%, you have to add full 4600. Clear? What if they don't give this part? Full stop. Answer no. What to do? Now I am at 51%. Answer 108,310. Then what? Then if you do that proportionate calculation, it will still be considered as correct answer. What proportionate calculation? 46,800 for 20. How much is for 1? Because you are at 51%. Then you have to give a note. Most of the questions, they will give you this any part thereof. Read question slowly. Clear? I continue. So three things are done: material, labor, factory overhead. Admin overhead related to production, very clearly mentioned. This will be taken above cost of production. Selling and distribution overhead is 8 per unit. Should I multiply with units produced or units sold? Units sold, because this is what overhead, selling overhead. Each unit of raw material is yielding a scrap which can be sold at 5 rupee. This is RM scrap. Whatever is the amount, tell me what is the treatment. You will deduct from direct material cost. Clearly mentioned RM scrap. Done. Next. Most important sentence. Mark this adjustment. In the year 2019, the factory worked at 50% capacity for first 3 months and 80% capacity for balance. Okay, go very slow. I'm only discussing first 3 months in Calci. Go to the question, first line. How much is company's capacity? No, no. First paragraph, 36,000 units per annum. But here now they're talking about months. So first thing in Calci, 36,000 divided by 12. 3,000. Slow. Slow. What is the meaning of 3,000? Monthly production capacity. First 3 months, how much are we using? 50% of that. That means in Calci into 50%. What is 1,500? Actual production per month. For how many months? That means you should do into 3. Please answer. What is 4,500? Units produced in first 3 months. Correct? Same way, we should do units for next 9 months. Start again in Calci. 3,60,000 units divided by 12 monthly capacity into how much are we using? 80%. This is monthly production into 9 months. 1,600. If I add these two, tell me what is the meaning of this for actual units produced for the entire year. Understand? Annual capacity we converted to monthly capacity, then we multiplied by actual utilization of the capacity. Then first was multiplied by 3, next was multiplied by 9. Sometimes they'll give you sentence like this: for first half of the year, Is they're talking about 6 months, next half of the year. Here, sometimes they can say first quarter, next 3 quarters. Quarter is 3 months, so this is three, and that is here they have clearly mentioned. Done. Can I? This will be our working note later. Right there. During first 3 months, selling price per unit was 145 rupee. Sir, what about selling price for balance 9 months? That is a question to you. You should find out by preparing cost sheet. Read. You are required to prepare cost sheet showing time cost, works cost, COP, and total cost. Technically, full cost sheet from top to bottom. Yeah. Second, calculate the selling price per unit for balance 9 months. Achieve. Underline the word total annual profit of 876600. Tell me this 876600 should come from full year. Out of that, can I first easily find out first 3 months profit? Because for first 3 months, once you prepare cost sheet, you have the selling price also. Suppose we are earning 1 lakh profit first 3 months. That means out of 876600, 1 lakh has come from first 3 months. Then the balance profit should come from 9 months. Correct? And then you prepare cost sheet for next 9 is total cost. Add that profit, get the sale. That we divide by number of units. Price. You won't get the flow till the end. I explain. But overall, at least roadmap should be ready. I'll prepare cost sheet for 3 months, 9 months. Till total cost I'll anyway reach. For first 3 months, sale value is also given. That means I can find out the profit of first 3 months. Annual profit target is 876600. In that first 3 months profit I'll separate. Suppose 1 lakh rupee. Then balance profit I should earn in next 9 months. Next 9 months cost sheet anyway has total cost. Add this profit. You will get total sales to be achieved in next 9 months. That you divide by number of units in next 9 months. That gives you the selling price. Instead of doing two separate cost sheets, we can do particulars first 3 months column and next 9 months column. That will be easy. Start. Working note 1. Calculation of units. First 3 months equal to, we did this in Calci, 3,60,000 units, sorry, 30,000 units, divide by 12 months. Understand, this will give you monthly capacity. You have used only 50% of that. This will give you monthly actual production that you need for 3 months. 1,000. Same way, next 9 months, same 36,000 units by 12. You have used 80% capacity, should be multiplied. Since we are doing cost sheet separately for first 3 and next 9, there is no use of adding these two numbers. You are not going to do any working for full year. Okay, if you have already added in your notebook, it's okay, it's not wrong, not needed. Listen to me. What is the next thing to be done? Cost sheet, don't copy, just wait for 1 minute. Particulars, keep this on. Then first 3 months by 0 unit, 10 months Now when I prepare cost sheet, please check what is the first thing that you need. Direct material. How did they give the information? Per unit. You know number of units. Simply have to multiply. Tell me, sir. 4500 into 40. Listen for a minute. This you will write. But then there was one raw material scrap adjustment. Can you read that? Each unit of raw material yields a scrap income of 5 rupee. That means you will then do minus 4500 into 5. Following what I'm saying. Instead, can I directly do minus 5 here and take 35 as net cost? Same thing, right? This is same 4500. 40 rupee you spend and buy, 5 rupee you earn from sale of scrap. You can take net cost as 35. If you're not comfortable, you write separately. No problem, but it makes no impact. This minus sale of RM scrap. This will be 500. This will be negative number. Correct? Guys, if you understand first 3 months, then we can do next 9 months. Don't worry about filling the boxes. Understand the flow. What is the next thing you need? Direct labor. But if you see direct labor data, it has a condition. We can't simply do number of units into the rate given. We have to check whether that 48,000 per month condition is satisfied or not. Correct? So when I write itself, I should write like this. Pay attention. First, based on units. Tell me how many units you produced for 3 months. 4,500 into. Go to the question. What is the labor cost? 30. This will be one number. But I can't decide that as the final number because I have to pay minimum sum amount based on 48,000 rupee per month. This I should be doing into 3. Tell me why into 3. So this is for 3 months. Then you get 1. Now my doubt. Will you take higher of the 2 or lower of the 2? Higher of the 2. Tell me the number 4,500 into 3. 1 lakh. Okay, but if you go by 48,000 into 3, like 44,000. You can't pay 135 to employee because read subject to a minimum of 48,000 per month. If he is getting more than 144, you pay. If he is getting less than 144, you should pay at least 144. Imagine this was 185,000. What you would have done? 185,000. By the way, which employee will accept 144 that time? Think. That is the meaning of the word subject to of 40 per month. Imagine this was 0 units. Then you would say 0. Then he says, no boss, minimum you have to pay me 48,000 per month. Some students forget this into 3. They compare this with 48,000 directly. This is for 3 months. Then labor cost should also be for 3 months. Then we will do it neatly. I'm just explaining now. Is there any direct expense in the question? No. Correct? Then which is higher of the two we will write. This will give you. Can we first complete till here? If you understand first 3 months, next is easy. Only number has to be changed. Concept is same there also. Start now. Heading cost sheet. Particulars. First 3 months in bracket 4500 unit. Next 9 months 21,600. Start with direct material. These units we did in working note 1. Now we are doing that direct material 40 rupee per unit, 4,500 into 40 minus sale of RM scrap 4,500 into 5 rupee 180,000. Don't do next 9 months data now. Understand this first. This will be 4500 into 5 double 2,500. If someone has done net, it will be 45,000 into 35. You will get the same number. Not to worry, that's not wrong presentation. Be okay. Direct labor. This cost comes with a condition. So I have to first see how much is based on units, then based on the amount. So direct labor first based on units. 4,500 units. So rate per unit is 30 rupee. By 1,000. But we have to pay them minimum 48,000 per month. I'm doing for 3 months. 2, 3. That 44,000. Here, higher of the above. 44,000. While doing prime cost calculation, don't take all three numbers. For labor, only one number to be taken, 144,000. For material, that 180 minus 22,500. Like we have a detailed topic called labor. We'll study about it there. Just for your knowledge purpose, when you pay salary based on units, it's called piece rate system, PIE. You pay on hourly, weekly, monthly, it's called time rate system. Here we have both per unit basis, per month basis. Time rate is hourly, daily wage, weekly salary, monthly salary, annual contract. All of that is time based. 30 is per unit, that is output based, unit based, called piece rate system. Here they have taken both. We have to pay higher of the two. Okay, go back to the question. After this, we have factory overhead. This we can do together. You also start. I think factory overhead has three components, which is the first one, fixed component. What's the number? Is it okay if I write like this? Think and tell me. This 3,60,000 is per. This is like rent for full year, and I am doing for 3 months separately. That means this should be 360 divided by 12 months. This will give you monthly into 3 0 0. When you do this column, the other column, you can take balance figure because full year number 3 months if you take out, balance has to be for 9 months. I think that will be 270,000. We'll do later. Factory overhead also has some variable component. Question says you have to pay 10 per unit. Easy. 4500 into 10. Done. One more component. My suggestion, do this as a separate working note. Working note 2. Now the catch is we don't know how many lines are required for the main answer. No problem. Keep it pending. This should be what now? Factory cost. Correct? There is no WIP opening or closing. So this itself will be net factory cost. We can do workings at the end and come back, fill it here. Sorry. What comes after this? Office admin. This adjustment is pending. Office admin if it is related to production. Did they say related to production? Yes. That number is fixed. 518 400 per annum. Office admin overhead related to production. This when I divide by 12, I'll get the monthly amount. I'm doing it for 3 months. 2, 3. Right? Sir, why are we doing this on time? 12 months, 3 months. Why can't we do it on units basis? I've discussed this in the first day class itself. Fixed cost, we don't estimate on unit basis. Correct? Fixed cost is always time basis. Rent per month, station per annum. Don't say rent per unit. Fixed cost, rent is an example. You don't calculate fixed cost on unit basis. Fixed cost mostly is on the basis of time. Fixed salary monthly basis. There is a license to be renewed once in a year. When you say once in a year, it is time based. Doesn't matter how many units you produce. Right? This should give you what? POP. There was cost of production. There was no FG stock. Correct? No opening FG, no closing FG. Therefore, you answer cost of production itself should be what now? Cost of goods sold. But sir, we can't fill. Correct? That's okay. Moving on. Anything else we have? Selling and distribution overhead. Say 8 per unit. Selling overhead 4,500 units into then this should give you what? Total cost. Then we add profit or we did loss. This should give you sales value. Read in the question, there is an adjustment where selling price for first 3 months is given to you. That means if you simply do 4500 into 140, you'll get the sales value. 145, sorry, 145. 4,500 in 45 rupee. 6 lakh 500. That means if I get total cost, profit will be balancing figure. Correct? Now to get total cost, only one number is pending. We get after that, it's all calci work. Working note 2, semi variable cost. Correct? Let me do it. You follow and then I'll give you time to copy. Factory overhead, semi-variable cost portion. For first 3 months, how to do? You are working at what capacity level? 50%. That means in that entire sentence, the number that is relevant to me is only 108,000. Am I correct? Follow now. Don't be in a hurry to copy. 50% capacity for first 3 months. That means the number relevant to me is only 108,000. But the problem is I can't take 108,000 as my cost. But 108,000 is per annum. Please read. Correct? That means what should I do now? By 12 into 3, or some students are comfortable with into 3 by 12. You can do so, no problem. By 12 will give you monthly. Into 3 simple. What's the number? 370. Is it okay? If you have understood this, you tell me what should I write for next 9 months? What is the capacity utilization? 80%? I will wait for you. What to write? No. What to write? 108,000. Don't say divided by. You have to add some more, no? Plus 40. Okay. One more should I add? Please answer why am I adding one more 46,800? Because this first 46,800 is from 50 to 70. Correct? Above 70 we have gone. That means we have to add one more 46,800. Correct? What after this? Divide by? Should I divide this also by 12? Should I divide by 12 and then do into 9? Is it right? Don't go by my face expressions. I think I am right. I am right as in you told me. I think this is right. Those who are thinking this is wrong, explain what is wrong in this. Why should I deduct 27,000? Anyway, I have done by 12. You got monthly into 9, no? Guys, number will come from calci. I am not fighting that. Is this calculation correct? If this is correct, your calci will give you the number. Is it correct or should I change anything? Some of you are thinking only this I should divide by 12, this and this I should not read properly. That is all per annum only, right? Which means calci now. Slowly do it. 108,000 plus 46,800 plus 46,800. Read the number. 201. Explain what is 201,600. Full year if I work at 80% capacity, that is my cost. Full year if I work at 80% capacity, that will be my cost. If I divide that by 12, I'll get to know my monthly cost. That will be per month cost if I work at 80% capacity. That's how many months into 9. Number will come from calci. Did you understand properly? Anyone having doubt? Ask now. That 46,800 is also annual number. 151, 200, the number. Copy. While you're writing, just you can answer this. Imagine our first 3 months was 40% capacity. Will it still be 27,000 rupee? If we are at 40% capacity in first 3 months, will it still be 27,000 only? Because the wording is up to 50%. So even 5%, 3%, 27%, any number up to 50. You would write same figures. Is 51, it will change. Is up to 50. What if first 3 months I am at 0% capacity? Will I still write 27,000? What if first 3 months my production is at 0% capacity? Basically, I did not do anything for first 3 months. Will I still write 27,000? Yes. Explain why. The textbook it is written as semi variable. That means some portion will always be there as fixed portion. And again, the wording is up to 50. That means anything till 50 you have to count. Correct? Otherwise, why will they call it semi variable if cost is zero? They'll call it pure variable. I want to add one extra adjustment to this. I want you to tell me how to solve in that case. Listen, if question says, I'm changing some data, pay attention. First 3 months, we are working at 54% capacity. Okay. And question has a line like this 108,000 up to 50% capacity and 5,000 rupee for every 1% capacity. Everything is per annum. Now tell me how to work out. I don't want your final answer from Calci. Explain what plus what to be done. 108,000 is okay. No confusion. After that, what to do? Read 5,000 for every 1%. And you are working at what level? 54%. That means I have to take 5,000 4 times. But to follow, here they won't use the word part thereof. Now, if it is 59%, then you will take 9 times into 5,000 rupees. Understanding? So you have to read carefully in the question whether they have that any part thereof or they mention something like this. For every 1% capacity, you have to take 5,000. So then 108,000 plus 5,000 into 4 extra over and above 50. Done. Did you copy this working note full? This 27,000 will go to this 151 200 will go to the other side. Now you can start doing all the subtotals and grand totals. Have prime cost with you. Add these 4 lakh by 900 6 lakh 629 balancing 20 balancing correct. Now want you to think for a minute to answer this. If I have to do the same thing for next 9 months, one important number is not with us, selling price, correct? That 145 rupee given is for what? First 3 months only. I can't take that for next 9 months, right? That means I can come up to total cost figure. At least that let's do. Now I'll be doing it in speed. You first follow and then you try. Tell me what to fill here. 21,600 into 40 minus 21,600 into 5. This is the number. You do it later first. Understand. Here what to do? Some will go wrong now. Slowly tell me what to do. 21,600 into 30. This is compared with 48,000 into 9 months, and then higher of the two you will take here. Everyone clear up to this? This will give you prime cost. Slowly now. What to do for next? This number. Can I write 90,000 here also? Guys, it's a fixed cost. Can't I write same number in both boxes? This 90,000 is for how many months? And now I am writing for how many months? Rent is same, but rent for 3 months can't be equal to rent for 9 months. Correct? Then tell me what is the way to do? 360 by 12 into 9. This is one style. Or 90,000 for 3 months. How much is for 9 months? Simple cross multiplication. Or total 360 in that minus that 90. Balance has to be for next 9 months. Any style of presentation is okay. Understood? Then variable what to do? 21,600 into 10. Variable will change based on number of units. Semi variable we did the working note already. This will take you till here. What next? Office and admin. Tell me what to do. 518,400 by into 9. Correct? This is one way. Or 129,600 is for 3. How much is for 9? Simple cross multiplication. Or total 518,400. From that you minus 129,600. Balance has to be for 9. Whichever way you are comfortable, you can present. So this will take you up to this. What next? Selling and distribution. 21,600 into 8 rupee. This will go up to total cost. Then we don't know price. What to do for this and this I will discuss separately. Can you come till this now? Wait for 5 minutes. Right. An individual number. Right? 50. 432. Higher of the two will be. I want few more students to recheck this labor numbers. Is it 648,000 and 432,000? Now we have to pay 648 only. That's why it's called guaranteed minimum wage. It can't be below that, but it can be above that. It's not guaranteed maximum wage. Anyone can give me prime cost number? 1404. 70. This is 1. 2041200. Can few more friends from this? 2041200 is matching. 388. 2430. 72. 6 lakh. One second. I will wait once all reach to this stage 260 to 800. Let me know. Anybody getting a different answer? Let me know. This prime cost workings is factory overhead and net factory cost. Then office admin, selling, distribution. If you add 2602, 800. Right. Now the last thing is we have to add profit and fix the price. Now, how much should be the profit? For that they gave an adjustment in question that full year profit should be this. Out of that, if I take out first 3 months profit, then the balance 9 months profit should be available in calc itself. Do it. 876600. In that 23,400 profit, if you take 8 lakh, this is the profit that you need to earn. Okay. But one second, this number is not directly given in question, right? If you have arrived at this, then please show all working note for this. I'm doing working note 3 here. Profit for 9 months should be equal to total annual profit. The target we have is this 7660. Out of that, first 3 months itself, we will make 20, the number 23,400. Then balance we should achieve in 9 months. Like 853,200, the number For cost, if you add this, you get sales value, but they have not asked you sales value. They want price. Read second sub question. What should be the selling price for 9 months? Not sales value. Correct. 853 200. Add. Anybody this number 30 60 6 000 divided by number of units that you are selling in next 9 months only. How many units? 21 600. 160 should be the selling price. That's all. But that you can't write here. So working note 4. If you have reached up to 34 56 000, that is sales value. Some students in exam they stop here and come. This is not what they wanted. Specifically, they said price, not value. Correct? Therefore, selling price is equal to this sales value divided by 1000. 160 is it? Correct? Or divided by 21 600 units. 160. What was the price in first 3 months? 145. That means we have to increase the price. If they ask you, that is 15 rupee increase. Done. Any question in accounts, costing, and FM, once you feel you have done, before going to next question, go back to question and see what exactly they have asked. Many students can tell you they will stop once they reach 34 56 000. They think two cost sheets have prepared. If question is for 10 marks, they'll lose 1 mark for not showing the price. The best practice is once you are done, go back. What was sub question B? Calculate what? Selling price. Have we calculated selling price? Yes. Now we are done. So you don't stop once you are ready to stop. You check. Best thing is when to check before starting next solution. They wanted this, have I done this? Yes, then only. Many will not do 160 rupee. They will be correct. Only up to this they'll do and come. Because that's how our mind works. Two cost sheets have prepared. Total, grand total, double underline, table is done. We think answer is over. But they wanted something else. Selling price. What if they say how much should be the increase or decrease in the price? Then 160 minus 145. 15 rupees the increase. Then you have to show one more line. Increase in selling price is equal to. Correct. So there may be 1 mark allotted to these also. You just stop at total cost sheet, then you even after correct answer you won't get full marks. Clear? With this answer is